If you're interested in something a little bit different, the Victorian Opera has a different take on the performance of Sleeping Beauty, with 27 life-sized puppets to open up a new world. And the very talented puppet designer, Joe Blank, has also worked on a couple of other major projects, which we'll talk about shortly. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How long? Where did you start? How did you get into doing what you're doing?
I got into making puppets quite young, I guess, and then moved into a career of scenic art, painting backdrops and sets and props for theatre and film, and then worked on a production of The Hobbit and The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, and got introduced to the guys who were making the puppets for that production, and realised that's where I wanted to be.
How many people around you creating what you create?
At the moment, there's at a workshop, it's probably about 10 of us. I'm working on multiple projects. There's been about 6 of us working on the performance of Sleeping Beauty, making 27 amazing puppets.
You Melbourne-based?
Yes, Coburg North.
Great. I mean, this is a really good story. How much training do people who are going to be making, and what are they made out of? Because these are life-size. These are not, when you say puppets, people think of little things, but
Yep.
We're talking big.
We're talking, some of them, we've got some big stilted characters, a giant tree character, which I've brought in today.
That was me a second ago.
It was. But made of lightweight materials like foam and foam latex and expanding foams, lightweight materials, fabrics and
Because
stuff.
it was light.
It was, it's a PE20 polyethylene lightweight foam.
Is there much experimentation in coming up with the sort of the materials that are going to look right and actually give the impression they have to do?
Yeah, definitely. That's probably most of the work, is working out what materials would best suit the performance and the puppet.
There are 27 of these. How long does it take to put 27 or make 27 of these characters?
Oh, it's been a few months. We started just before Christmas, I think, and we've been working flat out since then, fine-tuning. We're into rehearsals at the moment, so we've spent the last few weeks just kind of fine-tuning puppets and changing and altering.
Now, you also worked on dinosaurs and King Kong,
Yeah.
which was Jerry Ryan's baby.
Yeah.
That's really big.
Yeah, it was a big production, King Kong. I spent 6 months just in the concept art department, just drawing monkeys over and over in different styles and different ways that we could create this monster of a puppet.
So what height was that?
Sorry?
What height?
The height. It was 5-point-something metres, I think, almost 6 metres. Yeah.
Are there many people like you around the world, or is this a sort of bit of an area you've got that's becoming your own?
Yeah, there's plenty of puppet makers around, especially worldwide. We're kind of specialising in quite large puppets at the workshop at the moment. So there's some big production houses like La Machine and Royal Deluxe in Paris that one day I'd love to work with. But yeah, it's a small industry in Melbourne, but there's a few of us out there.
The people in the puppets, how much sort of training do they need, and how difficult is it for them to work in that environment?
Oh yeah, some can be quite difficult.
Because that tree had really good ventilation, but they wouldn't always be like that, would they?
No, and even him with being on stage under bright lights, he's a stilted character. So Neil, the performer's has got a circus background, so he's skilled in stilt work. But a lot of the guys, they range from dancers to performers and puppeteers. And even the singers in the production are taking on some puppetry skills, which is great.
And you also helped on the set of Sleeping Beauty.
I did, yeah. So Blue Bottle have been busily creating the amazing set that's been put together in the rehearsal room at the moment. There's an amazing group of people that have been working on it. Phil Lethlean, the amazing lighting designer, Phoebe, the conductor, some beautiful music and beautiful singers, and amazing puppets.
What's the process then to come up with like the tree that I stuck my fat head in? Do you start with drawings or concepts, and do you have to run them past who's ever producing the program, the directing the Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah. So Nancy Black, the director, we sat down and nutted out the cast of 27 characters, working out what they needed to do, how many performers were on stage at the time, and then breaking them down individually, what tasks they needed to do, and starting off from aesthetic, what we wanted to create, what they needed to look like. We wanted to create an original feel and look to the story. It's an old classic, so we wanted to put a new spin on it.
So it's just given a whole visual difference, but the story will be the same, and the wonderful music of Victorian opera.
Yeah, the music is absolutely stunning. Combining the music and the singers with some visual elements with the puppetry, trying to tell the story. It's in Italian with subtitles, but we wanted to perform and tell the story through the puppetry and through the performance.
And it's all happening right through March. Is this the first time the puppets have been used as part of Sleeping Beauty? And is it perhaps something that can travel the world?
Yeah, definitely. That'd be the plan, to take this around the world. It's not a new idea. The story originally, so I'm told, was written and performed as a marionette production with all the the singers down in the pit with the orchestra and the performers and puppets on stage. So we've got rid of the marionettes and we've gone with some big Bunraku rod puppets for this production.
And life size, as we mentioned. Look, it's great to meet you. What's next beyond this?
We've been working on a big puppet for White Night at the moment. We're heading up to Ballarat on the weekend, and we've got a big Bunjil puppet in Moomba. So come check it out.
Excellent. Look, it's great to meet you, and congratulations on an unusual but fantastic creative career.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks for having me.